What's going on, guys? Sorry I took a long break from the YouTube thing, but we're back. And actually, big surprise, was not expecting a whole content update besides just the new hero, but there's a lot of stuff to go over here, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this one. Very pleasant surprise. Let's start off though with the new hero preview, which is Choux. Am I saying that right? Choux? Choux, adorable girl who wishes to become Surin. She is an ice warrior and probably the biggest debate we've had in a while, because based on that tail, a lot of us were thinking it was going to be a dragon type character, but no, it's just this cute girl dressed in a Suin suit, right? So, like I said, she's an ice warrior. She's going to be our first Ice Bruiser, true Ice Bruiser, meaning she scales off HP. I know, like, Seaside Bologna is considered a bruiser if you build her like one, but she's going to be our first true Ice Bruiser, I think, technically. Maybe Luna, kind of, if you like to build her like that as well, but like I mentioned, the HP scaling is really what sets her as that archetype. Keep in mind, guys, her imprint concentration is critical chance, which is probably the best thing you can get for this type of unit, this hero. So, I'm a little worried. I might have to go for duplicates. All right, let's go over his skills. First skill, skill 3. It's titled "Help Me Cream," which Smilegate. Maybe in the Korean version that doesn't sound quite as sketched, but in English, yeah, that translation is not the best. It is an AoE attack. 5-turn cooldown, -1 with skill enhance will be 4. Provides increased crit hit resist like DNs for 2 turns, and then increased or granted caster immunity for 2 turns as well. Only for the caster though. Does scale off max health, and yeah, it's an AoE attack. Brings out Nunu from League of Legends to stomp on your foes. And I guess if you're not bringing DN, this is kind of nice to have in a bruiser or tankier style comp. The fact that she gives herself immunity too, kind of nice. I would have liked to see maybe a different buff, but yeah, it could be good. You start with immunity and then you'll have it for 2 more turns after casting her S3. Now take a look up here, guys. It says acquires 3 focus. That's going to be important for her next skill, which is called Whoosh. Acquires 1 soul, 3-turn cooldown. Attacks the enemy wildly by swinging a spear, penetrates the enemy defense by 30%. This is also going to be an AoE attack. When the caster stacked, focus is 5, consumes all focus, penetrating the defense by an additional 20%, meaning 50% defense penetration, and resetting the cooldown of Whoosh. Damage dealt also scales off max health. So all her skills, you'll see in a second, S1 also, will all scale off max health. 3-turn cooldown, but also gets reset when you have max focus. So you start with skill 3, you get 3 focus, and she'll have to swing with her skill 1, which gives 1 focus each, which will reset the cooldown of this. So realistically, this part really only reduces the cooldown by like 1 turn technically, because you start with skill 3. You probably want to do an early Whoosh just for the extra damage AoE, which means 2-turn cooldown after that. You slap twice with S1 and it just saves you 1 turn basically. So not the most interesting mechanic. Pretty simple and not like crazy in terms of what you get. But I do like the fact that it's AoE, and also defense pen on a bruiser style hero is pretty crazy. She's a HP scaling bruiser that's also meant to kill other bruisers and tanks. So kind of nice. All right, and here's the skill 1 I kept mentioning. Chop. Very basic. Acquires 1 focus. Acquires 1 soul, attacks enemy with his spear, and increases combat radius by 15%, which is 20% at max mola. I actually like this a lot. Also increases off max health. She's gonna have some decent turn cycling if you build her pretty fast. I believe her base speed was 102, so very slow, but built with some speed, and then the additional chops that you're gonna have to do anyway to cycle up to the Whooshes. I could see her, you know, getting a good amount of turns for a high HP bruiser style unit. We'll go into the artifact next, but let me wrap up my thoughts on Choux, guys. Not the most exciting hero, but for a player like myself who doesn't mind the super tanky, maybe slower Resident Sleeper style of fighting, I think I am going to be pulling for to test. It's really going to be dependent on her skill multipliers. If they're better than, like, let's say Alencia's, who has some of the worst attack scaling on her multipliers out of like every hero, if she gets some more out of attack, I could see if her damage is decent, right? Because take into account the Fush, which will be 50% defense pen the second come around, and she also has 2 AoEs and CR pushing S1. She seems like a solid bruiser style unit. The fact that she's ice type as well is unique. I could definitely see myself using her and trying her out. That being said, I think this artwork looks really cute, but I do wish it was a dragon, and I think her sprite, not my favorite. Not overall my favorite. Here, I'll show you guys here real fast. Some stills of them. Yeah, it's okay. Nothing crazy. And then here's the artifact, guys. Snow Crystal. War exclusive, keep in mind. Unless I missed it, she's not limited. And this artifact, I'm gonna be completely honest, looks like garbage. I can't think of anything or anyone who wants this. Please, if you guys have any ideas or theory crafters out there, let me know in the comments below, like usual. But increased effect resist by 20%, which is already not the best. Maybe if you stack with Shamadra Staff in like an ER type build. She does give herself immunity, so maybe people will try her as like anti-control. But I don't think you want... There's so many other good warrior artifacts, or just artifacts in general. This thing seems very underwhelming. Top it off, it can only be activated once per turn, so the only unit I was thinking of, Assassin Cartusia, which this could potentially be a better Durandal, because it would start working at 100% health. Yeah, the fact that it can only be activated once per turn seems like it's not great at all for... I don't know. Pretty underwhelming artifact, which is unfortunate because I could see myself pulling for multiples since she does get crit imprint from her imprints. So that's Choux. I'll be trying her out. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, let's get on with the content update real fast. There's a few gems in here that are really nice, but we're not going to go over everything because a lot of it's just kind of fluff material. Guild Wars season will be starting up on the 22nd, which is actually pretty soon. We only had, what, a week and a half or 2 weeks of preseason. So this is nice. Things will start counting for real. We're going to get more frames. By the way, I think these look much better than the previous clip art frames. And my guild did lock in this one. We were very close to getting this blue ribbon, which, by the way, I think looks really nice. I think these all 3 of these look really nice. I would like to see maybe somehow this show up on your profile pic too. Or maybe it does when you look at your guild. But yeah, maybe more incentives to for people to try and push for this, but cool to see that they put in more work for that. Yeah, guys, we're gonna skip over the Guild Wars stuff, other than the fact that we will be able to buy another Proof of Valor, which is pretty significant. If you didn't know, right now the cap is 6, and a lot of people, myself included, bought 5. Or you bought all 6, but you limit broke 1 to plus 27, because there are a lot of times in Guild Wars where you want to have 2 separate Proof of Valors on your team 1 and your team 2. So now you can max out 2, which is pretty cool. I like it. Nice reason to spend our crests. This also gives us an extra reason, because if you're in a guild that's been going for a while, you have a lot of guild gold, and now we'll get, you know, extra 30 energy per day. Not amazing. This is definitely not going to help with us spending our gold, but it's something, right? 30 energy is something. Multiply by 30 people in your team. It's a lot of energy, so can't complain. Here, New World Arena Mock Battle mode added no duplicate classes. This is just going to be for the mock battle, so I'm assuming they're just testing it right now. I like this idea though. It shows that they're going to try out some new features to kind of spice things up in RTA. For now, it won't be in like the ranked mode, the rated mode that counts. But for things like, if you guys ever join me on streams, I always have lobbies open, so we can try this out. Maybe it'll help, you know, spice things up. It's not just all knights or stacking thieves or multiple soul weavers. Now you'll have to have like one of each, so we'll see more variety of units. I could see myself running a tournament or something like this. So I like this idea. I'm wondering if they'll ever make like a special RTA ranked like mode, so you'll actually have incentive to grind those out. But we'll see. I like the idea so far. The new units. So Choux, guys, will probably be available next week. And then this week we have a Litica rerun, and then which is not exciting. Guys, Litica's been rerun so many times now, just like Kisei. I'm kind of confused why they keep bringing her back so often. But finally, we have the Tywin rerun, which he has not had one in a very long time. A lot of people were waiting on this, and the big kicker here, guys, is this artifact, Crown of Glory. We need to spend some time talking about this real fast because this could be insane. Increases defense by 16% at max and removes 5 souls from the enemy when the caster suffers an attack that targets all allies. It's super ironic that Tywin's new artifact kind of like is used against him. You know what I mean? This is very strong versus enemy Tywin. So Tywin Bazaar comps or just cleave comps in general, things that rely on souls, Taga Hells, all that kind of stuff. This is very, very powerful because almost all of those, like even Flitica, you use a lot of setup that has AoE, and removing souls is very detrimental to setup. I actually think cleave is not in a great spot even compared to knights. So I'm really curious why they brought this out right now. I see this being pretty powerful. Could be insanely powerful, depending on people, like how viable it is compared to the current stacked knight artifacts. But yeah, I don't think this is the best thing to bring out in the current meta. But it is a very, very interesting and strong artifact nonetheless. Keep an eye out on this one, guys. Crown of Glory. If you like to stay on top of the meta, even if you already have Tywin, you may want to pick some of these up, because until it comes to the powder shop rotation, which could be a very long while, this is your best shot at getting some, right? Okay, skip over that. Next up, real fast, we have expedition improvements. I'm gonna skip a lot of this quality of life stuff, which is all really good. So much quality of life, always appreciated. And the important part right here, very, very nice. Improvements will be made so that players who create an expedition using wanted posters will be able to carry out one free battle. Guys, keep in mind right now, the player made meta actually shifted to where if on your group of friends, usually the host will just load it up and not do their own battle and just have their friends or their guildmates complete the battle, and they don't spend any energy. It's kind of like they get a free ride in exchange for, because you know they had to do the hunt to find the poster, and then you carry them through it in exchange. But now the host will be able to participate themselves, which is kind of nice for just, you know, trying to complete it. This is just a very good change overall. I think I like this idea. Okay, moving on. Japanese voice packs from my girl Holiday You Fiend and Tywin. I'm actually super excited for that. Ooh, and Tempest Cern as well. Very nice. Mui and Pavel. There's gonna be an artifact pack here. I've never been a fan of these. We'll have to see the pricing on this, but you know, guys, I've never liked the artifact in general. If you are a spender, I don't think anything artifact related is very cost efficient, but we'll see how it comes out. Now, guys, this is probably the biggest thing in the entire patch notes. 2 Molagoras are now available on the weekly shop for the transmits. That's going to equate to 4 more molas per month. Guys, I've been mentioning and I've been pushing for this for the longest while. If you weren't aware, I do have you know, weekly talks with the North American Smilegate guys, and I've been asking for at least some kind of mola relief, 1 extra per week. It has been my suggestion. I didn't care what method it was, as long as it wasn't RTA for now, just because I think a lot of players would get burnt out, or there's a lot of non-RTA players. They did give it for green transmits, which would probably be my next least wanted currency to use it on, but I can't complain, guys. 2 molas per week, 4 more per month, on top of the friendship stuff that we got last month or earlier this month. I can't even remember, but yeah, very cool. I think this is gonna go a long way in helping. I feel like they should have announced this or made more hype about this, but hey, 4 more molas per month, guys. Very, very exciting. On top of that, more cosmetic stuff, hero background settings, and probably a lot of other cool quality of life stuff I'm missing. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. More molas, chat. Guys, also, I'm going to provide you guys with a link below if you're newer and haven't completed your rep rewards. If you're low on green transmits, I have a nifty trick to getting a ton of green transmits using the friendships and artifact stacking. So I'll link that below. Check the comments, or the description, excuse me. And yeah, guys, very nice patch. Let me know what you think. Please share the comments. I'm gonna do more YouTube stuff And I think I might even try a YouTube live stream to meet some of y'all that haven't been able to stop on my Twitch channel yet. Okay? So much love, guys. More YouTube content coming soon. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.